Kabanata 23, Meeting. Maraming nagtatangkang lumapit kay Ares pero tuwing natatanaw nila na kasama niya ako, parang pinipigilan na ang sarili. Some who didn't see me were able to greet him, at tuwing nakikita nga ako, natatahimik at bumabati naman. Let's go. Si Ares pagkatapos ng pang-ilang bati sa kanya. Slowly, he found my hand and pulled me towards the exit of the hotel building from the back. May ilang bodyguards ang nag-aabang doon at tahimik lang kaming tinanaw habang nilalagpasan ang pintuan at pasilyo. What about the party? Bumagal ang lakad niya at unti-unti akong nilingon. Do you want us to stay a little bit more? You look bored on your table. I smiled awkwardly. Hindi pa matanggal sa isipan ko ang sinabi ni Hera Riego tungkol sa regalo ko. Nakakahiya. In an attempt to please her, I felt more and more embarrassed. I wonder if it is alright to be with Ares then. Tuluyan na siyang tumigil at sumulyap sa pinanggalingan naming pintuan. Do you want us to go back? I smiled and looked at the opposite side, kung saan siya papunta kanina. Saan mo ba ako dadalhin kung umalis tayo? At yung mga bisita mo? I've greeted some and the party is done, so... He watched me closely, naninimbang. Hindi naman ako makatingin ng diretso kaya nilingon ko na lang ulit ang pupuntahan namin. Gusto mong bumalik? Ngumiti ulit ako at unti-unting umiling. Hindi na naghintay, muli niya akong hinigit sa kung saan kami papunta. I honestly felt so relieved. I secretly didn't want to go back to their party. Nahiya ako. Pakiramdam ko sa dami ng kuryoso sa akin, kumalat na ang usap-usapan tungkol sa ibinigay ko. I could go home now. But I also don't want to go home, so Ares' idea is perfect. For some reason, the hotel's backyard reminded me of a familiar event. Humanap si Ares ng bench para maupuan namin. The lampposts in every corner of the bushes weren't lit enough to light the dark parts of the garden. Siguro para na rin mabigyan ng drama ang medyo madilim na hardin na iyon. Hinigit niya ako sa isang bench, walang tao sa paligid. Kahit bodyguard o empleyado ng hotel, wala akong natatanaw. The garden is big, enough to hold a crowd of an outdoor event. Hawak niya ang kamay ko nang naupo siya sa bench. He expected me to sit beside him, but I was slow to do it. Somehow, I am reminded of that night. The moment I saw him sitting on a bench in the dark, I realized something. Nang tumakbo ako palapit sa kanya, may namuunang desisyon sa isipan ko. What's wrong? He asked as I sit beside him. Umiling ako kahit na marami namang talagang gumugulo sa isipan ko. I glanced at him and saw his dark eyes piercing through me. His frustration and impatience was etched on his expression, but it disappeared in a split seconds and tried to pull me close to him. Medyo nabigla sa gusto niyang mangyari. Siya na mismo ang lumapit at tumikit sa akin. I sighed and realized I should relax. His arms snaked on my waist. Tiningnan ko ang kaliwang kamay niya na dumaan sa aking tiyan at nagsalikop sa tagiliran ko. Ipinatong ko ang kamay ko sa kanyang braso. I played with the thin hair of his arm and slowly calmed my racing heart. Ang sakit ng paa ko. Wala sa sarili kong sinabi. I just want another topic. I don't think I am ready to talk about the party or all the other problems I have in mind. Tinagilid niya ang ulo para sulyapan ang paa ko. It was covered with the A-line skirt of my gown. Bahagya akong inangat ang paa ko para makita niya. I'm wearing a beige stilettos. Put it here. I'm gonna massage it. He whispered and touched the space beside him. Sandali akong nagulat pero nang natanaw na wala ngang tao at medyo madilim sa banda roon, unti-unti ko na ngang tinanggal ang stilettos. Tahimik kaming dalawa. Inangat ko ang dalawang paa ko kahit na may pag-aalinlangang ipatong iyon sa tabi niya. Nagkatinginan kami. He probably noticed my hesitation as he lifted my legs along with my skirt. I locked him with my bent knees on the bench. Ang kanang kamay niya nasa likod ko nakasuporta. Ang kaliwang kamay niya ay marahang pinipisil ang kaliwang paa ko. Why do you wear heels every day anyway? Sinimangutan ko siya. His face in the shadow looked so appealing. He looked like a dark lord. Lalo pa dahil hindi siya palangiti at malalim ang madidilim niyang mga mata. The light did justice to the shape of his face too. It was like it's meant to make him look like a medieval warrior in the dark of the night. Kung hindi mo napapansin, maliit ako. Sarkastiko kong sinabi. He smirked. That's the first thing I noticed. I rolled my eyes at him when I remember our first meeting. He teased me about my age and he even said he has no plans to babysit as an insult. I don't think so. Ibang maliit ang natatanaw mo sa pagkakaalala ko. He chuckled this time. I smiled too. I remember it clearly, like it was yesterday. He pulled me closer, as if guilty of what I said. Umiling ako. Hinalikan niya ang pisngi ko at hinayaang magpahinga ang labi malapit sa aking tainga. Tinanaw ko naman ang kamay niyang abala sa pagpipisil sa kabilang pa ako naman. I smiled until I felt the slight hurt in my heart. Masaya naman ako. Kumunot ang noo ko. Hindi ko alam na pwede palang sumakit ang puso sa sobrang saya. We stayed silent. The more the silence stretched, the more it hurt. The more he stayed quiet, the more I felt the rawness and the pureness of everything. This kind of reminds me of my debut. Alam kong napaisip siya dahil tumigil ang pagmamasahe niya sa kanang pa ako saglit. Nagpatuloy siya pagkatapos. Noong lumabas din ako sa garden at nakita kang nakaupo sa bench, naghihintay sa akin. He sighed. Hindi siya nagsalita. Para bang ayaw niyang pag-usapan ang parteng ito, pero sa lahat ng bumabagabag sa akin, ito lang ang nakakapagpagaan sa loob ko. I didn't expect you'd go home for my debut. Lalo na dahil hindi kita halos kinakausap. I planned on coming home for your birthday, pero lalo lang akong nakumbinsi na umuwi nang hindi mo na ako kinakausap. I swallowed hard and remembered everything he said. You even said you'd stop your masters a bit. Of course, I didn't do that, he said icily. Mumusa ako at tumango. Kahit naman totoo yung lahat, ayaw ko pa rin namang tumigil ka kahit saglit. I'd support your studies and your career. But it's not. Suminghap ako at sinubukan ko siyang tingnan pero iniwas niya ang mukha niya. He wanted me to stay still. I sighed again and just remained watching his hand on my feet. Madalas na ang pagtigil niya sa pagmamasahe para bang dinidistract na siya sa maraming iniisip. You fooled me so good. You can even cry when you want to. And you would let me kiss you just to prove a point. That's not true. Giit ko sa below the belt niyang puna. Then, how do you explain that? Hindi ako nakapagsalita. Nakakalimutan kong may hinanakit pa rin siya sa nangyari sa amin noon. Ang hirap nga namang ipaliwanag kung alin doon ang totoo at alin doon ang hindi. Hindi ko alam kung saan ako magsisimula. You were so submissive to my kiss. I thought it's your first time. I cry easily. If you think all the tears I shed were just part of the drama, then you're wrong. He tilted his head to take a look at me. I glared at him. His lips protruded and his eyes drifted on my lips for a while. Ibinalik niya pa rin sa mga mata ko ang tingin. My eyes watered a bit, but it was still a bit far for a full-blown cry. Cry, baby. He teased. Inirapan ko siya. How about our kiss? Is it part of the plan? Nagtaas siya ng isang kilay, parang nanguhuli. Sinabi nga ng kambal at ni Jane na titigil na sila pagkatapos ng gabing yon. Just as long as I lent them my phone and let them text you. I agreed. So there was no plan anymore from then on. When you confessed that you were in love with me, is it part of the plan? Yes. Then I realized how wrong it was. Bahagya rin akong nakaramdam ng hiya. I mean, si Ate Vicky ang nag-text nun. Nanatili ang panliliit ng kanyang mga mata. So, you weren't really in love with me. Uminit ang pisngi ko at iniwas ang tingin sa kanya. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko tatakasan ito. Hindi ka na nga naman nagre-reply pagkatapos ng gabing yon. So, that was your true feelings for me? You were snubbed and you ignored me. That's not true. Giit ko. Iniisip ko pa kung alin sa mga naunang interaction ko sa kanya ang totoo o hindi. Totoong pinipilit ako ng mga kapatid kong maging malapit kay Ares, pero tuwing magkasama kami, halos lahat ng reaksyon at sinasabi ko sa kanya, totoo. I don't know how to explain it. Then, what is it? Napasulyap ako sa kanya at nakitang naghihintay talaga siya sa sasabihin ko. Bumuntong hininga ako. Well, hindi ko madugtungan kahit na naghihintay siya. Just tell the truth. You don't really like me. Matagal ko namang natanggap yan. Inirapan ko siya at sinubukan magsalita ulit pero hindi ko talaga alam paano. Besides that, you allowed that bastard to kiss you. There were so many pictures of you kissing. Do you really allow your picture taken while making out? Uminit ang pisngi ko nang naalala ang mga kumalat na picture sa amin ni Lucas. Siya halos ang kumuha ng lahat ng iyon. Hindi ko inakala na nakita pa rin iyon ni Ares. No, of course not. Really? There's even a photoshoot for your debut with you kissing. What was that? A wedding? Natahimik ako dahil tama nga naman siya. Kinagat ko ang labi ko at hindi na nakipagtalo. Kaya hindi mo naman talaga ako gusto nun. Iyan ang totoo, hindi ba? He whispered at me menacingly. Pumikit ako ng mariin. Hindi na alam anong sasabihin ko sa kanya. I remained pouting and watching his hand resting on my feet. Nakatagilid naman ang ulo niya, hinuhuli at nagbabaka sakali na susulyapan ko siya. Well, I kinda like you, I croaked. No, you don't. I don't know much about feelings. Hindi pa ako nagka-boyfriend at crush lang ang mayroon kaya hindi ko agad na ramdaman. And then? He probed as he kissed the side of my ear. His breathing is tickling my neck and my ear. I can't stop beating my lip, trying to stifle a crooked smile. I can't stop beating my lip, trying to stifle a crooked smile. Well, I always think that I was just fooling you, so I never thought much about my feelings at all. Sinulyapan ko siya pero tumitig lang at naghihintay ng dagdag na sasabihin ko. I felt guilty for everything, that's why I did my best to stop communicating. Lalo na dahil ipinangako ng mga kapatid ko na tapos na ang plano nila. Naniwala ako at umasa ako na titigil na ako sa panuloko. I sighed. But in the end, when you went to my birthday, I thought I can't stay away from you anymore. Nilingon ko siya at nakanguso na ngayon. Busangot pa rin ang muka. Mukhang hindi naniniwala sa akin o pinipilit na huwag maniwala. Nagkibit na lang ako ng balikat, ayaw na sanang dagdagan pa pero ramdam na ramdam ko na naghihintay siya. What I said that night, I meant it. Noong sinabi ko na bumalik ka na lang, mag-aral at magre-reply na ako. Totoo yun, gagawin ko na, in my own free will, nang hindi inuutusan ng mga kapatid ko. He closed his eyes and slowly crouched his head to rest his forehead on my ear. I want to start again with you then, without the guilt. He kissed my cheek so softly, para akong matutunaw sa sobrang rahan noon. Kaunting dapo lang ng labi niya sa babang parte ng tainga ko at sumunod sa panga pababa. Kaya yung mga pagsaselos mo noon, hindi ka naman talaga nagsaselos? Inutusan ka lang? He whispered. Hindi naman talaga ako nagsiselos. He proceeded to small and feathery kisses on my neck. Unti-unti kong nararamdaman ang pagkawala ng lakas ko. His left hand is now resting on my legs. The other hand is still snaking around me, supporting my back. Come here. As if I wasn't already so close to him. Iginiya niya ang baba ko paharap sa kanya at marahan akong hinalikan sa labi. Napapikit ako, hinang-hinana. I couldn't stop thinking about you and my anger because of what you did to me. I nodded slowly. He kissed me again and I let him. The longer we kiss, the more I want it to last. The softer he kisses me, the more I want him to kiss me harder. I couldn't stop. Tumigil lang ako nang binawi niya saglit ang halik na malalalim at pinalitan ng mabababaw. A small astonished smile crept on his lips. Why are you stopping? Malambing ko ang tanong. He groaned. Baby, this is not a good place to make out. Nilingon ko ang paligid. Ngayon ko lang naalala na nasa open space nga pala kami. Pero wala namang tao. I might be thirsty for you, but I wouldn't want anyone to see your turned-on face. Nagising ang diwa ko sa sinabi niya. Kunot noo ko siyang tinitigan habang nakangisi siya at namumungay ang mga mata. He gave me another quick peck on the lips. Humilig ako sa kanyang dibdib. Ilang sandali kaming nanatiling ganoon hanggang sa bumuntong hininga ako. You know, that night, nag-away kami ng kambal. Humigpit ang hawak niya sa akin. He was brushing away the strands of hair near my face. Natigil siya dahil sa sinabi ko. Pagkaalis mo, inaway ko ang dalawa. It escalated to a physical fight. What? His voice was almost a whisper. I was mad at them for revealing that to you that way. Niloko rin nila ako. Ipinangako nila na titigil sila tapos sa huli, Sasabihin nila sa'yo na parte iyon ng plano. Hindi siya nagsalita. Humigpit lang ang yakap niya. Naabutan kami ni Mami na nag-aaway. She collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. I didn't know. We purposely kept it a secret for the company. Baka bumaba ang stocks kapag nalaman na ganoon. Kaya siya nagkasakit dahil sa gabing yon. Hindi na siya nagsalita. Niyakap niya na lang ako ng mahigpit. Natili naman ako sa ganoong ayos, never wanting to hear anything too. I'm just relieved that somehow I told him everything about that night, that the missing pieces I tried so much to keep a secret were now said. My heart felt lighter. Matagal bago siya nagsalita. I'm sorry, he whispered. I'm sorry too. Ulit ko para naman sa kanya. Kasalanan ko ang lahat.
No, don't blame yourself for that.
Putol niya sa akin. Tumahimik ako. He sighed. Somehow, the silence between us felt so comforting. Pakiramdam ko, wala na akong hihingin pa kundi ang kapayapaang iyon.
I'm sorry, Engineer Yago. Your mother is looking for you.
Someone said. Isa sa mga uniformadong bodyguards nila ang nakalapit. Ako lang ang lumingon dito. Ares remained embracing me. Let's go back. Anyaya ko habang nakatingin sa bodyguard na nakatayo. Hindi kalayuan. Ares sighed and pulled me closer for a small kiss. We remained that way until I tapped his forearm. Ares. Hindi naman nagtagal iyon. Bumalik si Ares para sa ilang photo op. Nakipag-usap din sa ilang dignitaries nila. Pero agad din akong binalikan sa lamesa ko nang natanaw ang 2 beses na paghikab ko.
Let's go home.
Anyaya niya. I nodded. I'm tired. Kahit pa ayaw kong umuwi sa bahay, gusto ko nang matulog. These days, hindi ako dinadalaw ng antok kaya malaking bagay na iyon sa akin. Umuwi na ako at gaya ng ginagawa niya lagi, sinundan niya ako hanggang village. Hindi na niya ako sinasabihan na susunod siya. I mentally noted that I should tell him that I'll be okay the next time. Kamusta ang party? Maaga kang umuwi ah. It's still 10. They probably expected me to stay later than this. Sinalubong ako ni Mami noon. Naroon din si Tito Bernardo at Kuya Bernard. Fine. How were the speeches? Walang sinabi tungkol sa paghihirap ng kumpanya? Ngumiti si Mami. Meron ngang sinabi na nasa crisis ang real estate developer side nila pero iyon lang naman.
Imposibleng wala. Their stocks are down today. Hindi pa bumagsak ng ganito ang kumpanya nila sa loob ng 30 taon, Relanie.
Si Kuya Bernard. Why do you need to know about their speeches when you know their financial situation? Medyo naiirita ko nang sinabi. Oo, they mentioned that they are in crisis, okay? Mommy smiled widely. You might want to welcome me in their next board meeting, Iha. Natigilan ako at napatingin kay Mami. Ganoon kalala ba na bibili na si Mami ng stocks nila? Let's go and have a meeting, Bernard. Relanie, Iha, magpahinga ka na at mukhang pagod ka. Aniya at hindi na hinintay na makapag-react ako. Tumulak na sila. Nagpahuli si Kuya Bernard.
Did you ask Ares already about their new project near our lot?
Pagod akong umiling at dumiretso na sa kwarto. Hindi ko maipagkakaila na nag-aalala ako. Hindi na ako makapaghintay na maglunes na at titingnan ko ang financial reports ng projects ng VHRB sa amin. May ilang wala akong access pero sapat na sigurong i-check ang financial reports sa last 3 years para maintindihan kung ano ang nangyayari. Gusto kong tanungin si Ares dahil nag-aalala ako pero ayaw kong sa huli masisi pa iyon sa akin. That maybe I asked him because I was spying on them. I suddenly felt guilty even though I am not really doing anything. Siguro dahil alam ko, kung ganoon, dapat ko bang sabihin sa kanya ito? But he's not telling me anything. What if he will think ill of me more when I tell him about this? Baka isipin niya na may kinalaman na naman ako. My record with him is not clean and it's understandable if he'll doubt me from then on. Wala na talagang pahinga sa bahay namin. Hindi ulit ako nakatulog agad nang nakauwi dahil sa maraming iniisip. I just stayed awake and checked the other financial reports I have been working on. There were losses from our company but VHRV is equally losing as well. Hades is buying things. Is he using the VHRV's money to do that, putting a strain on Ares' share? And with them losing their finest architect, that has also a negative effect on their projects. Bakit hindi ko nararamdaman kay Ares ang takot para sa kumpanya nila? But then, he is always like that.
stoic like a robot. You'll never know what his real feelings are just by looking at him. He's also arrogant. He would never tell anyone he's losing control. Gaya ng sabi niya kay Wesley Samaniego, he can handle it. But what is he really doing? Linggo nang ibinalita na nga ng ilang business magazines at kaunti sa telebisyon ang tungkol sa pagbagsak ng ekonomiya at pagbaba ng ilang kumpanya. Most of them are owned by the Riegos and with their flagship company, the VHRB, on top. Paulit-ulit kong tiningnan ang cellphone ko para sana i-text siya. He texted me last night asking if I was home. I replied, nag-text kami pero hindi ako nagkaroon ng lakas ng loob na magtanong. Bago pa ako magkaroon ng lakas ng loob ngayon, nakatanggap ako ng message galing kay Lana. Lana, is it true? May recession sa Visaris Industries? Narinig ko sa mga kasama ko sa trabaho. Gusto sana nilang lumipat doon kaso it's not looking good these days. I gave Mommy my schedule. Kaya naman pinatawag niya ako gabi ng Linggo para sa parating na first schedule ng meeting ko sa project. I am spacing out. Kahit anong sabihin ni Mommy, hindi na pumapasok sa utak ko. Report to me the design immediately. And better if you suggest a complicated one because we don't want their second-rate ugly designs. Hindi ramdam sa office ang nangyayari. Hindi ko rin talaga kayang itanong ng tuluyan kay Erz ang tungkol doon, kahit pa magkasama kami hanggang gabi. He accompanied me for a gown fitting para sa gala. I have meetings the whole day tomorrow. Are you going back here for a fitting? Or maybe you'll search for more furniture? I smiled and shook my head. Alam kong kapag sinabi kong oo, susubukan niyang makasama kahit na hectic na ang schedule niya. Uuwi na ako agad bukas. He nodded and kissed my cheek. Text me then. Ngumusa ako at naisip na makaka-istorbo lang iyon sa meetings niya. Pero kung mas mapapanatag siya, gagawin ko rin. The next day, the office seems quiet. The employees were out again for field. Nagpa-meeting ako sa team ko at kinuha ko ang at least 5 years na financial reports sa project lang namin. Gusto ko sanang kunin ang mga newly acquired kaso hindi ko pa alam kung paano ko sasabihin iyon gayong hindi na iyon sakop ng trabaho ko. I went home early that day. Nasa meeting nga si Aris buong araw kaya sinamantala ko sa gabi ang pag-aaral sa graphs ng 5-year financial reports, plan and statements. Bumaba nga iyon at naintindihan ko kung bakit mas lalo na sa taong ito dahil sa problemang kinakaharap mismo ng mga executives nila. I thought of ways to help them. I thought of solutions, but then one night is not enough to think about that. This is a large company. At nang tingnan ko ang ibang data, the number 1 these days are either Vista Grande or the Albascapes. At sa buwang ito, the Albascapes nga ang naunguna. Iniisip ko na sa pagbabalik lang iyon ni Mami. Pero malaki talaga ang tsansa na dahil sa kahinaan din ng mga Riego. Aris is in another meeting again on a Wednesday morning. I heard from my team that there will be a recession if the executives will not find a way to recover from the previous losses. Kinabahan ako roon. Ito na kasi ang hinihintay ni Mami. Kapag bumaba na, bibili na sila ng shares para makarecover ang VHRV. That will mean Mami will be then one of the executives of VHRV. Mas lalakas ang kumpanya namin. Then, I don't know if Mommy's plans is to rebuild the VHRV or to make them lose more so she could gain more shares. Hahayaan ba ito ni Hades? But Hades is nowhere to be found. He's in some vacation of some sort that even the president knows he can't be tapped. Niwala nga siya sa kaarawan ni Hera Riego. Hahayaan ba ito ni Aris? Hindi ko alam. I don't know much about their business prowess, but based on other people, mas padalos-dalos si Hades kaysa kay Aris. Aris is more rational and logical, like the way I've known him. He couldn't be driven with his emotion. Years ago, he wanted to bankrupt the Albascapes because of his anger for me. He didn't. Napangunahan pa rin siya ng isipan niya. Pero ano ang nangyayari ngayon? Miss De Alba, just a reminder po, your meeting with the executives will start in 5 minutes. Si Amelia, it's 3 in the afternoon. Sa dami yata ng meeting ni na Aris at ng ibang executives, huli na ang meeting para sa project namin. It's a presentation of the design for the collaborative residential building of the Albascapes and the VHRV. Ang alam ko, si Rina ang naatasan mag-screen ng design noon. Iyon ang rason kung bakit abala siya nitong nakaraang araw. Aris has the final say for that. but it will be presented by the company's prized architect interior designer. Dala ang laptop ko, diretso ang lakad ko palabas ng lobby para makapunta na sa tamang palapag ng meeting. It's my first time to have a meeting with the executives and I'm kind of nervous. Hindi ko na kailangan magsalita sa meeting na iyon. Makikinig lang ako, taliwas sa gustong mangyari ni Mami. I went inside the boardroom. Ang team pa lang ni Rina ang naroon at ilang nagsiset up na empleyado ng VHRV. I understand, the executives are busy. Rina smiled at me. Wish me luck. I smiled back at her and nodded. Naupo ako sa gitnang upuan malayo sa kabisera. Si Rina naman ay nasa tapat ko na abala sa pagtulong sa mga empleyado roon. Panayang sulyap niya sa akin every now and then while I'm busy turning my laptop on. Hindi kalaunan, dumating na ang ilang engineers ng company. I saw Engineer Torres sitting near Rina. He greeted me so I greeted him back politely. Pero kinausap niya kaagad si Rina sa kung ano kaya naging abala rin. More of them poured. I was shocked when everyone suddenly stood up. Natili akong nakaupo, hindi naintindihan ang reaksyon ng lahat. Nang napabaling ako sa pintuan, nakuha ko agad. Papasok si Hera Riego. Nataranta akong tumayo at tahimik na yumuko. She glanced at me once. Natanaw ko na kasunod ng pagpasok niya ay si Blakely Ardiente. Hera Riego is wearing a lemon yellow Dolce & Gabbana dress at ang nakasunod sa kanya si Blakely Ardiente ay nakaitim naman na Dolce & Gabbana rin. Blakely let her straight hair down. Her dress is a turtleneck with long sleeves, very conservative and formal. Sa totoo lang, nagulat ako na nandito si Blakely, pero nang nilagpasan niya ang upuan ko at dumiretso siya sa harap, natanto ko kung para saan ang punta niya rito. She is one of the company's interior designer and maybe she is presenting today. Narinig ko sa birthday ni Hera Riego na wala rin siya rito. That means she just got back in the Philippines? Her natural straight hair looked so good on her, and her makeup is on point. Meanwhile, I have to iron my hair straight to achieve that. Ang natural na umaalong buhok ko ay bahagya kong hinawakan at kinumbinsi ang sarili na mas maganda naman iyon. Nauna na akong umupo kaya nagsiupuan na rin ang mga bumati at nagbigay pugay. Aris isn't here yet? Si Hera Riego. Napasulyap ako sa kanya at naabutan kong nakatingin siya sa banda ko. Bigla ko tuloy na alala ang komento niya sa regalo ko. Uminit ang pisngi ko nang natantong si Blakely nga pala ang naunang nagbigay ng regalong iyon sa kanya. How awkward that she's here and I'm also here. Nagtaas ako ng kilay at binuhay na lang ang laptop. Parating na po siya, madam. Si Amelia na nasa tabi ni Hera Riego. Snacks and coffee were immediately served. Magtitipa na sana ako sa laptop ko nang nagsitayuan ulit ang mga naroon. Pagod akong tumayo, huli sa lahat nang natanaw si Aris na pumasok sa boardroom. Siya ang umupo sa kabisera. Nakita ko kaagad na tumingin siya sa akin, but then I couldn't look at him for long. Sa tabi niya kasi naroon si Hera Riego at halatang halata ang baling niya galing kay Aris patungo sa akin. Tila ba alam niya na nagkatinginan kami. Nilingin ko si Blakely Ardiente na nasa harap, handa na sa presentation niya. She smiled at Aris and they greeted each other in a very friendly way. Yumuko ako at nagpatuloy sa pagtitipa sa laptop. Ang tagal ba natapos ng huling meeting? Yes, but it's alright. They were formal to each other. Nakuha ko kaagad kung bakit halatang gusto siya ni Hera Riego para kay Aris. Aris demanded for their usual meeting protocol. I can't deny it. I find it hot when he sounded so formal, strict, and demanding. Napabaling ako sa kanya nang hiningi niya ang minutes ng huling meeting. He listened to it intently but his eyes rested on me. Nagtagal talaga sa akin ang tingin niya kaya ngumiti ako ng kaunti. Unfortunately though, it didn't escape Hera Riego's eyes. She moved a bit, that's why my eyes drifted her away. Agad ako nag-iwas ng tingin at inabala ang sarili sa laptop. Blakely started with her presentation. Sa paraan ng pagpapresenta niya, nasisiguro kong hindi ito ang unang pagkakataon. Halata ring napakagaling niya sa larangang ito. Hindi ko mapigilang mamangha. My mouth dropped open as she pointed out the reasons and the convenience of her design. Wala akong masabi. I am overall very impressed. She is indeed one of the VHRV's interior designer. As expected with the top company for this, they have the best. I was once invited to listen to presentations before, when my dad was alive. At hindi naman ganito kagaling ang mga presenters nila. In fact, it wasn't even this formal and also informative. There is also a healthy discussion among the employees at ilang papuri ang natanggap ni Blakely Ardiente sa kanila. Kinailangan ko pang matulala bago mag-sink in sa akin ang lahat. I understand now why Hera Riego liked and favored her so much. She seems to be very competent. Nilingon ko si Hera nang nauna itong pumalakpak nang natapos ang presentation ni Blakely. She's not just rich, beautiful, socially and environmentally active. She's also smart and the best in her field. Sumali ako sa palakpahang maiksi lang naman. Nagulat pa ako dahil nagtaas ng kamay si Rina sa harap ko. My eyes almost went out of my eyeballs. Bigla kong naalala na may gusto nga pala si Rina kay Aries. Gusto rin kaya ni Blakely si Aries? May nakaraan sila, hindi ba? Yes, engineer? I just have one comment. Si Rina sabay tingin sa kanyang laptop. Napatingin din tuloy ako sa laptop ko para tingnan ang disenyo roon. It says here that the storage and service area of the units are inside, right? Yes, like the usual. My eyes narrowed and looked at Rina. I wonder if she's doing this because she's jealous or what. I don't see any problem with the design. Kaya ano pa ang problema niya? There's a new way to give out the service areas these days. Some of our competitors are already doing it since then. I noticed that we don't do it yet, so I wonder if we can apply it to one of our mid-rise condominiums. What is it? Si Blakely na kuryoso sa sasabihin ni Rina. The service area should be on the roof deck. We will allot at least 5 square meters for each unit. Pinag-aralan ko na to and I've revised the design. It can be applied and we could save space for the units. Also, this way, the unit won't be too messy. Oh, that's actually a good idea, but I never considered that because the design is a bit, for a lack of a better word, cheap. Well, I personally think that the units will look cheaper if their storage area and service area is inside their home. Isa pa, when they have their storage room in the roof deck, they can also put their laundry there. Karamihan kasi sa dating turnover na projects natin, okay lang kapag tayo pa ang namamahala. After the turnover, some of the unit owners dry their laundry on the balcony and it looks so ugly. So this is a way to prevent that from happening. Giving them the space in the roof deck will... But it will look cheap. It won't. Hindi rin naman kita ang roof deck, if that's your concern. Bigla akong natauhan. Parang may naalala nga akong ganyan na project namin noon. Hindi ko naisip iyon. It's practical that way. I know the Vista Grande's new projects, especially their new mid-rise condos are that way. At maganda naman ang feedback. You can't rely on a company with only a few condo building projects. They are good with their subdivisions, but still new to residential buildings. I raised a hand to defend Rina. Napasulyap si Blakely sa akin. I'd like to add, Aries. Si Blakely na pinutol ako para kumuha ng approval kay Aries na magsalita ako. Uminit ang pisngi ko. Hindi ko alam na may protocol na ganoon. Natanto kong hindi nga pala ako engineer kaya bakit ako makikialam. But it's too late. Napatingin ako kay Aries. Go on. He commanded me. I am from the De Albascapes and most of our mid-rise condos have their storage areas on the roof deck. I agree with Rina that it is more convenient and less costly. Isa pa, I've seen our turned-over buildings and saw that they are even using the small space for furniture storage. Mas mabuti iyon kasi masikip kapag inilalagay ang gamit sa unit. They find it more convenient. Kumunat ang noon ni Blakely sa akin at bumaling kay Rina. Para bang hindi niya naman ako kilala kaya hindi niya iisipin ang sinabi ko. Thank you for that, Miss De Alba. Sabay ngiti ni Rina. I smiled back at her and mouthed a no problem. But how is this not costly? I can send everyone the copy of my revised design for it, so you could all see. Permission, Engineer Riego? Napatingin ako kay Aries. Madilim ang tingin niya sa akin bago kay Rina. Go ahead. Aries, you might want to think about the quality of the building if we pursue this. This is a VHRB project and we don't want it compromised. Si Hera Riego. Kinagat ko ang labi ko. Nakangiti si Aries sa akin. Gusto kong magsalita. Yes, Relanie, he said. Sabay-sabay ang baling ng tingin sa akin ng lahat. Uminit ang pisngi ko at lalong kinabahan pero kailangan ko nang magsalita.
This is also a the Albascapes project. All our projects have this kind of design, so it will be understandable to adapt it here. Shit, kitang-kita ko ang pag-asim na mukha ni Blakely sa akin. Are you an engineer? She asked me. Umiling agad ako. Kumalat agad ang kahihiyan sa kalamnan ko. Nakita ko ang pagngisi ni Engineer Torres, para bang nakakatawa na iyon ang tanong sa akin. Some even sighed and probably got embarrassed for me. Architect or interior designer? She said it in a malicious tone. Para bang wala akong karapatang magsalita dahil wala naman akong alam sa area na iyon. I shook my head. Yumuko ako at nangako sa sarili na hindi na magsasalita.
Blake, she's the Albascapes finance and also the heiress. Her opinion is also logical, so we should consider it.
Heiress, maybe what Blakely wants is a good opinion for the people who knows the job well. Someone credible. Si Hera Riego.
She is credible enough to give an opinion. Also, this is Engineer Rina's opinion and design. We should proceed through that. Rina?
Engineer Riego. Si Rina na nataranta.
Send out your new design. I'd like to see it.
Rina discussed her design. Natili akong nakatitig sa laptop, hindi na inintindi ang disenyo ni Rina dahil may bumabagabag ng sakit at insulto sa akin. Hindi ko na rin nilingon si Blakely at bahagyaman silang nagtalo ni Rina, hindi na ako nakialam. The embarrassment I felt was cold and it spread on my veins quickly. I felt naked at ayaw kong tingnan ang mga tao sa meeting dahil sa kahihiyan. Pakiramdam ko, tatatak sa isipan nila ang pagiging wala sa hulog ng opinion ko. I am not an engineer or an architect or even an interior designer. My comment doesn't matter. It hurt. Dinibdib ko iyon ng mabuti, kaya naman nang natapos ang meeting, isa ako sa naunang lumabas. Ares, I heard Blakely calling him. Son, I'd like to talk to you about our last meeting. Si Hera Riego naman. Rina called me but I was fast to go to the elevator. Tulala ako roon at nang bumaba na sa tamang palapag, nang nasa labi na ay nagsimula ng pumatak ang mga luha ko. I felt exhausted. Wala naman akong ginawa na kahit ano pero parang pagod na pagod ako. Hindi lang sa trabaho. Ang isiping uuwi ako ngayon sa amin pagkatapos ng meeting na ito at naroon si Mami na naghihintay sa ibabalita ko. Nakakapagod. And the meeting probably went well. I don't know. I didn't listen to the other half of it. At siguro masyado nga akong nainsulto sa tanong ni Blakely sa akin. It was an innocent question. I was just offended because it was true. I am not a credible person, so what right do I have to give out any of my opinion?